to make your country go broke, go broke. No one's gonna have shit. F the oil. I'm gonna light it all on fire. I'm gonna destroy my infrastructure. Just make everybody feel it. You'll start seeing war on the streets when that gas hits $20 a gallon. Absolutely. You don't have to have a world war. You'll have one here. You don't give a shit about a world war. That electricity won't even be on. You can't afford that to even turn on the news to find out there's a world war. You got to go fight your neighbor. You got to go up the street. You got to go rob a store for whatever goods they have because bread costs $50, $20. You want a peanut butter jelly sandwich, you're going to have to go kill somebody for it. Everybody's got morals while they got money in their pocket. But as soon as the money's gone, you'll see how many morals you really have as a society. That shit goes out the window. That's one of the first things that's going to go out the window. The truth. But your morals is going to go out the window. You will steal. You will lie. You will cheat. You will to eat, to survive.
Yeah, even as you're talking, I'm like, my God, this is biblical. I pray that it doesn't come down to this point.
We all should. Yeah.
First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto this like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. I had to stop it right there. He's speaking facts. He's speaking, prophetic, of course, but there's a term I'm trying to figure out. He's speaking realistic events that's going to take place, a chain reaction that the common person should know, but they're being optimistic and being in a childish mindset. They don't believe that these things would happen, so to speak. So he's speaking facts, and then they switch it up. And how do they switch it up? They pray that it doesn't happen. So if you pray that doesn't happen, that means that you for the society. That means that you're fighting against what is, like this man saying, I believe this is an ex-Marine. I think he's a sniper. You're speaking of things that will happen because of the reality of the things that's happening right now. However, you don't want that to take place because, what reason again? Rather to pray, not pray for the worst, but be able to deal with things. See, people have this imagination that you just could pretend something's not there, then it goes away. But the realistic thing about this world and this society, if you don't pay a bill long enough, they'll cut your shit off, right? And this is this weird ass society. So if you prolong this, if you prolong this and you say, I'd rather this never happened, then you just made it worse for yourself. All right. Certain times, you gotta weather the storm. The storm is coming. No matter if you could wish the storm doesn't come, it's coming. And this is men. When I mean men, I'm talking about overall all men. This is how they think today, instead of dealing with the reality that's coming. So when a hurricane is coming, what do? They, first of all, they know, they get a heads up, they get warning. It's a society today. You have quote unquote experts into weather patterns, and they'll say, "Oh, a possible storm is coming." So what does people do? The people supposed to shelter in place, board up their windows, make sure they have enough food to ride out the storm. They're not saying, "Oh, we don't want the storm to come." All right, that's not the reality. The reality is not the fact that you could pray that the storm doesn't come. The reality is that you prepare yourself. And when the storm does come, you have a slim chance of making it. Now, I'm not talking about preparation and how doomsday's preppers, and I'm talking about preparation in your mind. Okay, you have to have the mindset like, okay, it could be flooded here. You know what I'm saying? So he's speaking truth, but he's trying to deny the fact, which is anybody that denies what's about to take place, you're an enemy to the creator of all things. That's the best way I could say. Because he just gave a laundry list of things of what they're planning to do. No matter however they prolong it, they plan to fuck people's lives up by these stupid moves, bringing nothing but chaos. And you standing there or you sitting there saying that we gotta pray that doesn't happen. It's happening. All right. They're moving in such a fashion and such a fashionable way that is beyond them. They're being possessed. They're being demon possessed to do the things that they're doing because the creator of all things is moving things forward to get rid of them. All right. This is why we prophecy reigns supreme. No matter what happens, is all about the prophecies that the Lord spoke of. And the Lord spoke of these things in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. The Lord himself, Yahushua, gave us a skinny, Matthew the 24th chapter and Luke the 21st chapter, of things that was going to take place in the latter days. That when it happens, don't be too shocked. All right. The Lord said, don't pray for this, it's going to stop. No. This is, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I shouldn't have stopped it, but he just kind of like, I'm disgusted by it. I want um, which one I'm thinking about? Let me do the Luke 21 first. Luke 21 and or maybe it's Luke 20th chapter. No, same thing. 8. And he said, take heed that you be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. But the end is not by and by. So right there it tells you, don't be terrified. Don't what is commotion? Commotion is instability, a state of disorder, disturbance, and confusion. And everything he just made mention of what's going to take place is a chain reaction of the powers that be causing the problems that be. Okay? But the believers of Yahushua, the Lord said, like, look, don't be afraid. All right? It says, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall be there. Shall there be from heaven. That goes from the on lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, the alignments of the stars, the alignments of the planets, all right, and even the chariots, what the world call UFOs. These are all signs, okay. But be all sorry before, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you, which that goes into something else. I didn't want to get that. Maybe I'm thinking about maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Slakia. Let me go down and see if I can find it. Right. That's another one, good one too. You know what? I'm thinking about Matthew the 24th chapter when he talk about as a time of Noah. But let's see if it has it here. No, it's not here. But let me go here. Luke 21 and approximately 29. And he spake to them a parable. Behold, a fig tree, all the trees, and all the trees, when they now shall shoot forth, see ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand. So when you see, like right now, we in springtime, so you see the trees are blossoming, all right, and you know the next stage after it blossoms, the flowers die off and the leaves come to life. So that's a clear cut sign that what we come into the warmer weather, right? In which we're in spring. From spring, we go into summer. So we could clearly see that. So can you stop spring and summer to take place? You can't stop it. All right. You have to just go through the cycle. Just the same way when fall comes, the leaves fall off, they dry up, lose their color, lose their greenery. All right, become change color from reddish to brown, or orange to brown, or yellow to brown, and it dies off, which is a thing called fall. And then all the plants are dormant for the next phase, what we call winter. So we know the cycles. We know life begins in springtime and things go dormant. They don't die. They go dormant in the winter. But you can't stop the cycles. So if you can't stop the cycles, you just got to go through it. How much more when all hell's breaking loose? You can't stop that. You just got to have to go through it. It says, so likewise, ye, when you see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of the Most High is nigh at hand. So now we know these were the signs that the Lord was telling us that was going to come. All right. Now we know the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So if the kingdom of heaven is at hand, that what that do for our soul? It's quite simple. We become complete. The world's starting to see that the lives that they live was always a lie. Now we get to live our true lives. All right. We don't have to worry about the worldly things any longer. These people lost hope long ago. That's why they prayed for the kingdom not to come. All right. To say you got to pray that these things don't happen is basically saying that, hold on, Lord, hold back the kingdom. All right. That's why the Lord is not dealing with the majority of his people. He said, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away," which is what the prophecies. All right. You can't change the prophecies. It's a move. It's a movement of his own. It's the word of the Most High himself. He's bound by those words. All right. So if all this, what we consider terrible time, hard times is here, you don't know if you're gonna eat or this, that, to the third. We got to go through it. Just like when the body is sick, sometimes no matter how much antibiotics you put into your body, sometimes the sickness just got to go through the body. Well, guess what? The sickness has gone through the body and is coming out. All right. And take heed to yourself, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with sulfurity and drunkenness and cares of this life. And so the day come upon you unawares. But as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Which is what's the snare? A trap. Woo! Now think about it. See, wow. Let me read that again. For as a snare, which is what's the snare? A trap, shall come upon all them that dwell on the whole the face of the whole earth. I'm just going to whole individuals, every whole, everyone, all things. Which what comes in mind? Revelation 3:10. All right, the hour of temptation. So this things that's coming is gonna affect everybody on the planet Earth. This is in the Alchemy sense. All right. Now, I'm gonna read this, but it's not. The prayer is not for to change the direction. The prayer is to go through it. Watch ye therefore and pray always that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man, which is talking about the Lord Himself. So He didn't say watch and pray that it doesn't happen. Watch and pray that you are worthy. Okay, you got to go through the thing. In Second Ezra, what, the 7th chapter? I'm not gonna get it. Speaks of the kingdom on the left hand, on the right, left, right, fire and water. But if a man wants to get to the kingdom, he has to go through this path. So this shows you that these so-called Christians and these people are scared to death.
I make your country go.
They're scared to death, right? Because the outcome is really ugly, and it's gonna show who's who. That's what it says in 1 Corinthians. It's the 3rd chapter. By a man's work, it shall be roughly paraphrasing. Be exposed by fire. That fire is not talking about little fire. That's about talking about the tribulation. All right. Whatever you did, the fire is gonna expose it if it was strong or not. And it's really talking about individual that you taught. But let me go back to
Your
this.
country go broke. No one's gonna have shit. The oil. I'm gonna light it all on fire.
Because what? They said that you shall have nothing and be happy. All right. So they've taken away more rights to the people. They already took your God-given rights long ago by giving you privileges. Now they're going to take away the privileges and leave you stranded with nothing. And you're supposed to be happy about it because you're not going to be happy about it. They're causing the problem, yet they have the answer to the solution that they caused. So why would you want to hope and pray that they don't do it? Let them do it. Because now the world's starting to see who these people really are. All right? Hold on.
I'm gonna destroy my infrastructure. Just make everybody feel it. You'll start seeing war on the streets when that gas hits $20 a gallon.
You shall see war in the streets. Why? Because 2 Ezra 15 and I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna get something else. Like the 16, 17 verse, it tells you. All right. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Hey, what does that? I thought I had it. What? Second Ezra 15. To the point, right? 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Everything that he just made mention of. And shall spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. And these are the things that's going to happen is a chain reaction of disparity. When people are in despair and distress, they're going to do hideous thing that they normally would not do. All right, because they're being pushed in a position that they unwillingly want to be in. Like when the Lord put a curse on Israel, tell you, thinking of Ezekiel, is it the third chapter? When he talks about, no, was that the third chapter? I think it's the fourth chapter. That father should eat his son and the son eat his father. That was in the scripture says it's a new thing. That's in a distressful manner. It's like those goop kids that was acting the Edomite, and like the Americans eat people, right? Now, the only way is still unacceptable, but the only time when somebody get that desperate to do that is through famine. But here in America, they do it for as a cuisine, like it's nothing. All right, and because of it, they have this attitude about the matter. This is why they're getting judged. This is why all this evil is coming. Right, the original sin, slavery, genocide, the enslavement of the people, and them devouring people in a non-distressful manner. So people are going to lose it when they have lost everything. And this is what he's talking about.
Absolutely.
You don't have to have a world war. You'll have one here. You don't give a shit about a world war. That electricity won't even be on. You can't afford that to even turn on the news to find out there's a world war.
Yeah, which he's telling facts. Because it's going to be so goddamn chaotic. It's about to be a survival of the fittest. Nobody's going to be concerned about their outward appearance. They're going to be concerned about the basic essential: safety, food, shelter. Well, safety and shelter same, but okay. And that's just surface level. They're going to be desiring the old ways that they just lost. And it's going to keep them in a desperate manner.
Or you got to go fight your neighbor. You got to go up the street. You got to go rob a store for whatever goods they have because.
And he said rob the neighbor, right? Let me get this real quick. It's about to get real out here. Second Ezra 6:24. It says, at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies. And that's going to take place. All right. They're going to fight each other because of the lack of bread.
Bread costs $50, $20. You want a peanut butter jelly sandwich, you're going to have to go kill somebody for it. Everybody's got morals while they got money in the pocket. But as soon as the money's gone, you'll see how many morals you really have as a society. That shit goes out the window. That's one of the first things that's going to go out the window. Fuck the truth. But your morals.
Well, the truth is what's going to say the basic telling the truth. And the truth is the Lord. Because he said, the other guy's going to say it's biblical. Well, because the Bible spoke of it, which makes it the truth. So if it spoke about the terrible things that's about to come, what about the other side of things?
It's going to go out the window. You will steal. You will lie. You will cheat. You will to eat, to survive.
Yeah. Even as you're talking, I'm like, my God, this is biblical.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I'll go back to second Ezra real quick in 15:1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I'll put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulities of them trouble thee that speak against thee, which is what? Incredulities, the ones that don't have the faith. All right? For all the unfaithful shall die in the unfaithfulness. So we was given the blueprint by the Lord of things to come today. So you're absolutely right. Everything about this is biblical. All right? We in biblical times, and we will never get out of biblical times.
You know, I pray that it doesn't come down to this point.
We all should. We all should.
Like, but as we all know, self-preservation, that's the first law of the land.
Mm-hmm.
There is another part of the world that cannot afford for us to control that oil.
Mm-hmm.
They just can't. Then we're playing an entire different game. I mean, it's energy warfare.
To make your country go.
And it's energy warfare because the powers that be want to remove these things from the people and put everybody in a desperate state so that the powers that be, will put you into perpetual slavery. All right, diabolical, classic um, villain story. Proverbs 22:7. It says, "The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." And the rich is over the poor, and when you go to borrow, you're gonna owe them everything but interest and interest. Revelation 3:10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience." What is the word of the Lord's patience? Go on the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of this place. Right? Maintaining your morals. Now, when all shit hits the fan, the Lord told his believers that don't worry about anything because he's going to defend us. The Lord's servant is going to eat in that day. Be safe. That when there's a drought, they'll be drinking. Not no piss. They'll be drinking. They'll be eating the finest things. All right. These are the things we have to suffer now. So when that time comes, we're good in the sight of the Lord. That because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. And the temptation is what? To maintain what they praying for is that all these things don't happen. If these things don't happen, and they're bringing the RFID microchip, and you still fall for that, everybody will be, first, there will be too much people, and it'll still be a war. All right? It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon earth. And that RFID microchip, all right, head, arms, whatever you want to put it in, that's the temptation. You want to go back to the old ways when you had this and had that, or you rather die. That's what it's going to boil down to. And a lot of people is going to just choose this world because that's all they know. They don't see beyond this. They don't see beyond their own troubled self. They don't see a world where you have your God-given rights. All right. That's why a lot of people rather maintain the things that they was told to keep. All right. And that's this world. And if you, once again, if you for this world, the Lord is not with you. Let me get that and end it off in there. Luke 19:27. It says, "But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me." So the creator of all things, his son, has a mindset of, if you don't want me to rule, you deserve to die. All right. So all this is happening is like a fever. The cancer needs to be rooted out. So the body has a fever right now, and everybody knows about fevers. Certain, even if you take certain medicine, if that thing is fully grass, it's not gonna clear until it goes through your system. All this evil that's right now, it has to go through the system in order to achieve the better version. So the Lord has the plan. If you don't believe in the plan, you are enemy of the Lord. Stick with what the Lord said. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation. Shalom.